first webinar by Mr. Vinod Kumar Vesamshetty for the starters
present in
on
the
stocks
market.
and
That's why it's
investments.
going down. Otherwise, there would have been demand. So that's a positive scenario. Or maybe somebody who bought, for example, I'll just explain this example. Let us take some stock like somebody was talking about Delta Airlines, DAL. So what's happening is, let's say I bought this at $10, right? And it went to $20. This is my buy price. I'm just taking a simple case, and this is current price. So what will be my view? My view will be I'm in $10 profit. Let me book my profit. So I'll be selling, right? I'll be selling the security. I'm just booking my profit. I'm not negative on the security. So I'm the only one selling, but no one is interested to buy at this price. That's the only criteria why the security has been falling. But when it goes lower, let's say to $15, somebody who missed to buy earlier, he might be trying to enter at, let's say, 15 USD. So again, the demand can start from 15. So when from 20 to 15, when the volume is lower, right, it is positive only. We should consider it as positive. Let me see S&P 500 chart. These volumes sometimes are not perfect. So now you can see this here in this particular case, when the prices were going higher from here to here, right? Can you see the volumes are higher, right? And when the prices are going down here, can you see the volumes are lower compared to this volume? Okay, whether this data is correct or not doesn't matter, but at least for me, my point is very clear in this scenario. So I can explain this point better, right? Now, when the prices are going higher, the volume is good. That means it is in very good demand. But when the prices are going lower, the volumes are lower, right? And you could see finally it started going further higher. So what is happening is people who bought between these range might be started booking their profit, and somebody who missed to enter here, he would like to say, "Bhai, it's come down not too much. It's definitely almost very near. Let's start picking up. We may not expect this security to come further down because there's a very good news on this particular company. It's better to start picking up." So the demand starts again picking up, and the security starts moving higher, right? Now, this is important. So always at your analysis, what important is whenever you get a news, right? Some people are saying that, the fundamentals are not good. They are opening the outlets again. All these positive news, negative news are flowing and all. Fine. When the market is getting that or giving you that news, the investor or the trader should jump into action, right? If he's jumping into the action, that action or that quantity should be displayed here. It should reflect on the chart because they should have already started taking action. That's how, we try to use this technical analysis. So what we do in technical analysis is price and volume put together. We take it as a combination. So this will help us to understand demand and supply, right? Now, when you understand the demand and supply, the time frame of the chart is also important. Time frame of the chart. Now, I can't say that, in 15 minutes, there's a huge volume. So 1 year, the prices will go up. I can't say. The immediate reaction of that higher volume in the last 15 minutes may indicate that in next few minutes or maybe next few hours, the prices can show that particular momentum or strength. That is what we need. So that's why the time frame of the chart is very important. Like when I was placing some charts, I don't know whether people are observing. Sometimes I'm using 15-minute chart. Sometimes I'm using daily chart. Sometimes I'm using hourly chart. For example, if you take if you take this, let me show you the Apple chart. I'll show you the Apple chart because the time frame of the chart is very essential. Now, even if you see this here, you could see the D. D indicates daily chart, I star. right? Now see this, this is also daily chart, News Corp, right? Daily chart. There would have been some cases where I would have used hourly chart or I would have used 15-minute chart, right? Now here you could see the daily chart of Apple. This was the idea which was discussed around 287 or 288 level or 288 or 290 level. And right now where it is, the stock is somewhere at $310 right now. So a daily chart can give you a longer term picture. A 15-minute or a 30-minute chart can give you a few hours or maybe few minutes impact, what is going to happen in the next few minutes or maybe few hours. But a longer time frame chart can give you a bigger picture for a bigger time frame, right? So what you need to do is, I'll just show you now the periodicity of the charts. Okay, before I go to the periodicity of the chart, anything making uncomfortable or anything you want to just ask, you can ask for a minute or so.
So how do we know which chart to look at, whether to look at 15-minute or one day chart? Does it depend on how long we are planning to keep those stocks, or how do we know?
Yeah, what I would suggest you is initially you use hourly chart and 15-minute chart. So hourly chart, because in a market time, it's about 6 to 7 hours, right? So if you're watching an hourly chart, at least you'll come to know what can happen in the next few hours. That is enough for you. And a 15-minute chart can tell you that, you know, in the next 15 to 30 or maybe 1 hour, how things can move forward, or the impact of crossing a previous high or something can be clear to you. So that when you're taking the trade, what can happen in the next 15 minutes, 13 minutes can be clear to you. So you can just enter and exit during that period, right? So understand hourly chart. Then go for a 15-minute chart. This will give you a little bigger picture, and try to take at least few days data of hourly chart, hourly time frame, I would say few days data of 15-minute time frame chart. The reason is,
Mr. Vinod, 1 minute. So I think this might get discontinued after 40 minutes. If we extend, that is lucky. Otherwise, please watch out for another link in the WhatsApp group. Sorry for that. So maybe next time I'll try something else where we can have continuity.
so right. So few days data of hourly time frame and few days data of 15-minute time frame chart can be a more reliable time frame to consider. Now, if you could see, I've taken 7th day data, 8th day data. So you can see a bigger picture of the trend, a bigger clarity of the trend, so that you can understand where to enter and where to exit, right? See, if you do like this, you can take more data. Okay. When I do my analysis, I use at least minimum few months data to understand the major levels, which can give me a clear picture of when I take the position, when I understand the situation. Now, for example, a small disclaimer, I'm holding Apple. After seeing this particular breakout, I bought Apple. That's the reason why I was sharing with you. I'd been keeping stop loss around, I said, no, if it goes below 275, I place stop loss at 274. Okay. And second thing is, I bought in cash. I also have a call option around 340 and 350 call options I'm holding of June. If it goes to 340, 350, it can become around $10. So my investment was hardly $20 per lot. And if it goes there, if it becomes 10, then it will be around $200 will be the profit. 10 into $100,000 will be my profit, right? The point is, when we are doing trading, what happens is you need to look at a low risk, high reward entry. This is very, very important. A lot of us, we think high risk, high reward. No, it's not that. Low risk, this should be your first objective. Like when I was placing the charts, I was saying, guys, breakout is here. Above this you buy, or below this you short. Like that I was telling. Why? it's not good to take wherever you like. You need to wait for the security to do some confirmation of that, I'm really strong. The chart need to push you. It is not your opinion. This chart is like, you should not force the chart, because chart reflects the market's view, right? The chart reflects the market sentiment. The previous actions indicate the market sentiment. Market sentiment has to tell you, you need to follow it. Your view should not be imposed on the chart or on your trade. So you try to separate out your view and the view on the chart. So you need to have that objectivity, we call objectivity. For example, when I was sharing my charts and all, I was thinking on myself. There are some securities I have not even come across, because somebody was asking about some securities I was not even aware, right? But still I was observing the chart and I was telling these are the things that can happen. And most of it, if we could observe, they were in line. They were working almost in line. So the reason is I'm not concerned about the security. I'm concerned about the investor's sentiment, investor's view on their action. If somebody is deploying money or investing money, that means is confident on that. And that confidence is higher than the seller guy's confidence on the security. It makes more sense for me to follow the trend. Otherwise, it is not considered to be suitable for my plan. Now, if I want to convert, just click on this. You could see what happens. 4 candles become 1 candle here. 15-minute is 1 candle. 1 hour is 4 candles put together is 1 candle. You could see more smoother pattern of the candle. Now, when I go to the daily chart, right? Now, then I go to the weekly chart, right? Then I go to the monthly chart. Could see that. So hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay. So as I told you, you can use this hourly and 15-minute. Slowly you can increase as you move forward. That will be a good thing for you. Next is adding the indicators. So generally the very common and widely used indicator is MACD. Okay. So MACD applications and all, maybe at a later stage I will just explain. I'm just showing you the various parameters that are displayed on a chart for your analysis and all. So you could see the MACD indicator, and most of the times I was not using indicator when I was explaining, because the volume and price action was showing strong enough to understand, and the next immediate levels are possible in spite of whatever is the situation, like I was thinking. And then I was avoiding indicator for some time. So you can just go here and put your indicator like MACD and all, right? Whatever indicator you want, you can use it here, right? So now when you want to change the security, just type it out here. For example, you want Airlines, just type it out. You could see the trend. Okay. Then you want Delta Airlines. You could see this. And the picture is like this. Okay. Somebody wanted to buy Delta Airlines. I was not suggesting wait, because the current situation is not so suitable to say that I should go for it, because this is a monthly chart. That means month on month, there has been a complete pressure on the security. There is no sort of demand coming in the last few months. So let it settle down first before it finds its base, right? So once it settles its base, maybe at that time, the possibility of, accumulating or investing in that particular stock arises. Otherwise, it's not. A lot of us, we all think that, $70 or $60 at $20, what's wrong in picking up. Fine. We don't know, it may also go to $0. Let it settle down first. If it settles down and proves that investors are really inclined, then maybe after a few months, I would say, such securities, it will take at least 3 months to 6 months to give you clarity. Till then, maybe you want to play intraday and for a couple of dollars, that's a different case altogether. As an investor, this may not be a suitable security for you, right? So those who are doing intraday trading and all, you can just see what is the volatility of the security daily, how many dollars it moves, and how many dollars I would like to catch up All those things you can study, as we go forward in this particular scenario, right? You can also compare here. Suppose if you want to compare Delta Airlines with, let us say, S&P 500, you can just type it out. Like you feel that a lot of people are saying market is going up, so this particular security X can also go up, right? So just see whether there's a relation or not. Now you can see S&P 500 is going up, whereas Delta Airline doesn't have much of an impact on the market. Okay, if you want to see on an hourly basis and all, just click on hour, right? Now you will get on hourly basis. As market is showing some sort of what do you call stability, even this also is showing stability. So your view on a investor basis, your view on a trading basis with respect to S&P 500 has changed, right? So based on your time frame of trading, you can compare both along with the market and see whether what people are saying that the security has a relation with the market trend. Yes, it has. So you get assured yourself that yes, there is a relation between the market trend and this particular security in the current scenario. Let me go ahead with this particular security. Now what I do, now that there is a relation between, let's say the security is slightly positive here also slightly positive, right? Now what I do is, okay, this is the previous high. Let this previous high cross. That is around, this is in percentage because we are comparing it here, right? I'll just remove this relationship. Right, now what I do is this high 2290, fine, 22.95 above. If it crosses with good volume, I would like to consider buying, right? Then once this crosses with volume, then what I do is I look for the previous high. 2345 can be my probable expected level. Okay, I'm trying to make you more simple for your day-to-day trading and day-to-day activity so that you can take your own informed decisions without anybody's support. So a basic price action, a volume action, and the time frame of the chart can guide you of the direction, the trend, and the momentum of the security, the demand and supply, right? These things we can put you in a better footing for your day-to-day trading decisions. Right? Is that making sense?
Yes.
Yes. So, Mr. Vinod Garu, so I think in the interest of time, we have already crossing 50 minutes. So if you have any topics left over, if everyone are okay to extend, I'm okay. But I think there are a couple of questions in these 10 minutes. We will answer those questions and then move on to the next meeting. So I think we have a couple of questions from the messages I'm just reading. One is from, 1 minute. So one is from Sai Mudlodu. You can have one candle in 15 minutes period, correct? If we want to understand more details within the 15 minutes, we need to change the internal to a lower number like 1 or 3. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, you can go for a 10-minute chart. You can also go for a 5-minute chart. 10-minute is not available in this particular time frame, but most of the charts, they will give you 10 minutes also. Here you have an option of 5 minutes. Like this.
Excellent. So another question from Praveen Pipiri. I think he's asking, can you elaborate on plotting the chart to indicate the trend? Maybe next time we can do that.
Yes.
Okay.
One thing here, I can give you a shortcut answer. Whenever security is crossing previous high with volume, you can say it is in a positive trend. If the security is crossing previous low with a high volume, it's in a negative trend. That can be a similar. Now, like here, you can see up, right? Higher highs, uptrend, right? Again, if it crosses this high, this particular high, it's again in continuing its uptrend, right? Higher highs.
Okay. So the other question from Pawan Kandakurti. How do we know the target price by looking at the chart pattern?
What we do is, I'll just show you the case of, let me show you in this particular fine. Let me go to, if you have a previous high, it is easy. For example, one of the stocks, what I was discussing with you people was I think let me talk about Uber. Yeah. Now you can see here. Tomorrow, let us say the security is crossing this 3284. Can you see this 3284? If it crosses with volume, what I would see is the previous high, that is 3290 will be my next probable target. You take it this way, because I'm making you more simpler form, because most of you I consider as doing very short term and intraday trading. So I was trying to give you very smaller targets, right? Like $1, $2, because this is a security of $30. $1 to $2 is almost like 3% or so, right? So now if it crosses this high, which is 3280, let us say 3280, then what I do is the previous high, 3290. If you feel it is very close, you need to take a previous high. Now you can see this is the previous high, which shows is around 3295, right? If you want more higher targets, then take more data, right? Then you can see the previous high here, 3320. Can you see this 3320? Or you have a confusion, no problem. What you do is just take here horizontal lines, right? Horizontal line, just put it here, horizontal line, right? Next, again select horizontal line. This is the previous high, right? Just put it here. So you could see 3289 and 3329. Once this candle high crosses, the first level is 3290, next level is 3329, right? So around 3290, 33, we should try to book our profit. Partly you can book it there, and $30 you can book the balance. That how you can. So here the formula I'm using is a simple formula. The previous highs as your next targets.
Okay, thank you. So next question is from Venkat. Is it good time to invest or wait that the economy will go down in the next few months to buy? That's a legitimate question, so everyone will be interested.
Yeah, yes, that will be definitely, you need to wait. You need to wait. But currently what I could suggest is just keep working on trading rather than investing, or securities which have not yet gone up. For example, there would have been some stocks like Berkshire Hathaway B and all, they have not gone up yet. They're still at the bottom. So let it settle down and then you can start working on investing in that security. But stocks like Netflix and Amazon and all, it's not the right time to invest. Maybe trading it, definitely you should do it.
Yeah, and in the similar lines, Shyam had a question: when to sell a stock or wait for the next day?
When to sell? Okay, it all depends on the how is the security closing. Is it closing confident enough to say that things can go higher tomorrow? All those things you can need to consider. But definitely, if there is some specific announcement tomorrow and all, you need to be cautious. Otherwise, it is better to book partly, and balance you can carry forward unless and until, like for example, if you see the case of Apple. Okay, now let's say the security is closing. Now we were discussing at 288, for example. Now it's 303 is the next important level. It's closing above 303, $30, right? $303.3, right? It's closing above that. Then it is better to hold on to the security for the next day also. If it is closing below this, then you need to be a little cautious, right? So it all depends on. Now I would have given various levels for Apple. That is first is 303, later it is 327. So till it is about 303, my view will be 327. So if it is around 310, I would say I will wait for 327. Or if it goes below 303, then I would like to take some view again. Got it? So my idea is, when you take a particular security, note down all the important levels. Note down all the important levels. That will give you a picture of where it is closing currently. So can I consider waiting for the next level? That should be your view. So if you could see, when I was giving the views on various charts, I was giving multiple targets. For example, in I said if it crosses 32, then it is 33, then 33.50, like that. So if it is closing above 32, I would say I would continue to hold on till it goes to 33 the next day.
Okay. So one more question from Rajesh Tondapu. So any free training sites on the graph? Before I hand it over to Mr. Vinod Garu, I would like to say that I have sent a link of Facebook page and also the YouTube link. So please subscribe. Mr. Vinod and myself are planning to send, upload some of the trainings from him. And also I will let him speak about any other sites or graphs.
Yeah, in investing itself, there can be a lot of videos and all. You can watch, observe them. Even on YouTube also, you get a lot of videos on all those things. And we are also planning to do regularly few, updations on the market so that you are handheld, so that you move forward with all these things.
Okay. The last question. So apart from looking at charts, how can we analyze the stock price changes?
One is the news, second is the fundamentals.
Okay. So another question from Pawan Kandakurti. Can you explain how the target 364 on AAPL, how to calculate target on inverse head and shoulder pattern?
That is, you just take the length of this head to the neckline, right? I have joined this selling point, this selling point. I joined these lines. So the bottommost point to this point is around $80. So when it crosses 284, so 284 plus 80, 364, right? 364 is the ultimate destination for me in Apple. But intermittent levels are there, like 303 and 320. So these are crucial levels to reach the destinations. Like, this is like half yearly exam, this is like a annual exam, and then reaching the, what do you call, engineering or whatever, NEET and all, like that. So if I fail intermediate, I may not be able to, final exam, I may not be able to write engineering, right? That's how it is.
Okay. So I think that's all the questions from everyone. And please send your email IDs. I already sent beingsocialtv@gmail.com. You can send it to me, or some of them are already sent on the group. So I have already noted down. So we will try to send this recorded version or anything else who are not watching YouTube. So we will try to send them. So this is all to help you all in this downtime. So that's where Mr. Vinod Garu has accepted to train all of us. I have requested his time. So that's the reason he gave our time, and we will be continuing for the next weekly or bi-weekly. So I would like you all to send some feedback in the group chat. What will be a good pattern? What are the different agenda you want to see? And is it good for weekly or bi-weekly? So that based on that, I will discuss with Vinod and we'll come up. So before opening to the floor, maybe 2-3 minutes, if anyone have any questions, we can ask. And Vinod, if you want to conclude, and that would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great. If people also can give us like what sort of support you're looking for on a longer term basis, we can just work on that as a individual product customized for your requirement, so that it can be a constructive relation and move forward with proper positive relation, and also make it more successful.
Yeah. I think Siddharth had one more question. How can we find stocks which are moving 100 to 200% in a day?
100 to 200% in a day. You need to take top gainers, top losers. If you go to the research section on your broking terminal, there they can give you the gainers and losers. You can observe that. That is one area you can see. I can show you for India easily, like, NSE India. Those are generally 100% and all move mostly in the mid cap and small caps, very rarely in the large caps. So here I can just show you here. If you go to the live market section, you have new 52-week highs. Okay. Then you have most active securities. Okay. Then just see this gainers and losers on your website of the broker, or maybe on your trading terminal or on the exchange.
Okay. So I think this was a good turnaround and with a short notice. Thank you everyone for being part of this. And in the group, if anyone wants to, any other skills if you have, and we wanted to serve the community, please let me know. As you all know me, we will make a short videos and put it across. And I wanted to make this platform as a learning platform, not a WhatsApp group kind of throwing all the stuff. but everything, whatever we do, it should be useful in every angle from our day-to-day life. That's the goal of this startup session. So feel free to let me know if anyone have any other talents. We can definitely put it in this platform.
So I
Thank
have
you, Praveen.
I have a quick
Hey,
question.
thank you so much, Praveen and Vinod
Thank
garu.
you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank
This
you,
is very
Praveen.
helpful.
Thank you, Vinod. Bye.
Thank you, Vinod. Thanks,
Thank you.
Praveen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.